If you're a Florida resident and you're married, there's a good chance your assets are not titled correctly. What do I mean by that? If you come from up north, or even if you've lived here all your life, there's a good chance that your assets are titled husband and wife, joint tenants, rights of survivorship. That may seem like the correct way to title your assets, but there's a better way in Florida. Let's start with joint tenants, rights of survivorship. What does that mean? Joint tenants' rights of survivorship means that me and my wife have assets. If something were to happen to me, it goes to my wife outside of probate, and vice versa. If something happened to her, the assets would automatically come to me. That's a good thing from an estate planning perspective. But luckily, Florida is one of 14 states that offers a better form of property ownership for people that are married. That form is joint tenants by the entirety. What that does is if my wife's and my assets are titled joint tenants by the entirety, if something were to happen to me, the assets would go to my wife outside of probate, and vice versa. The added benefit of joint tenants by the entirety is that we have asset protection against a single creditor of one of ours. What that means is if our account or our assets are titled joint tenants by the entirety, and I get a judgment against me personally for whatever reason, they cannot touch those assets to pay that judgment. So they're not half my assets and half my wife's assets. There are assets in the entirety that can't be split from an asset protection standpoint. That is the added benefit of having joint tenants by the entirety as opposed to joint tenants with rights of survivorship. Again, it's only available to husband and wife, and Florida is one of the few states that allows this. Give us a call to help us review your assets to make sure that they are titled correctly.